After a diagnosis, have you found yourself wondering, what does health even mean anymore? I sure did. I was in the fittest shape of my life when I got the phone call. I felt amazing, yet I had cancer. What is health? This is for anyone who has found themselves face to face with an experience that's left you questioning your beliefs surrounding the words health. We're also going to talk about how you can move forward into a new definition of health that is something that's more real and aligned for you. Hello, survivors, thrivers, and everyone in between. I'm Shannon, a certified integrative health coach and someone who's walked this very path. Who defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. For Merriam-Webster dictionary, it's the condition of being sound, body, spirit, and mind. Prior to diagnosis, my beliefs surrounding health were tied up in what I saw in magazines, what I was physically able to accomplish, the numbers written down in my book. It's the beliefs surrounding that. I used to push myself through, do more and more, and think that was healthy. Ironically, being in the best physical shape when I was diagnosed with cancer caused me to take a look at that. My old beliefs thought that I had to push for that level, which in reality, is that true? What I found was if I was striving for those old beliefs didn't allow space for grief, rest, or emotional healing. When my body broke down, the definition of health I was using had to break down too. Otherwise, it was going to continue to break me. Staying with that old definition was painful. And I think we've all heard the saying, change happens when the pain of staying is greater than the pain of change. I started to ask myself tough questions. Where did that definition come from? Was that definition actually true? Is it true that doing a Turkish getup with a 10K belt and not a 24K belt is unhealthy? No. Doing a Turkish getup with a 10K belt, even a 2K belt, is healthy. And you can see how that definition can vary person to person and still be true. And not just with Turkish getups. That is just an example. Insert whatever example works for you. Why did I choose this definition in the first place? Am I ready to embrace a new one? Sometimes we're tied to old beliefs. Am I really ready to let that old belief go? When you find yourself that you are ready to move on with a new definition and let that new definition emerge, for me, it didn't happen overnight, and I pretty much can guarantee it's not going to happen overnight for you either. It's going to take some time, and that's okay. I think you're going to be glad that you start even just beginning with looking at the old belief. Where it began with me is in small little glimmers of awareness here and there that began to build and gain momentum as I applied these questionings and allowed myself to sit and allow myself to look at things that might make me feel uncomfortable. I also remained fluid with that definition, especially after the first couple years of recovery from surgeries, from chemo. One thing that can help in forming that new definition and allowing it to emerge is take those same questions about the old belief and flip it on to the new one. Where is this new definition coming from? Check your sources. Is this definition true? Is it true for me in this moment? Will it be true for me tomorrow? And why? Why are you choosing this new definition? For me, the new definition was truly more aligned with where I was going and where I was at. And then how can you pull awareness into that little voice in your head? Which definition that little voice is using when you start to find yourself using the old definition again, and you suddenly wake up with that awareness. How can you gently switch that? How can you acknowledge that old voice, thank it for its time that it spent with you, and say, it's just time to move on with a new one? Are you comfortable doing that? When that old definition sneaks its way back in, how can you gently acknowledge it and allow it to shift into the new definition? Again, These aren't instantaneous. Today, the definition of health that I hold is no longer about control, it's about alignment. Health has expanded beyond the physical state for me. It's about being congruent with my body, my emotions, and my spirit. It's grace on hard days, energy for what matters, and rest without guilt. Moving forward, I often ask myself, does this nourish me? Does this drain me? What do I truly need right now? What do I truly need right now in this present moment? So redefining health on your own terms, I really want to encourage you that you have full permission to create a definition of health that actually serves you and is aligned with where you're at in this moment and with your highest good. And that you don't have to go back to the old definition. It will creep back in, but you don't have to stay there. Maybe it starts with just one question. What is truly going to support me in this present moment to be aligned with my true, authentic self? Don't forget, your healing is sacred. Be kind to yourself as your story continues to unfold and as you unfold into your new radiant self.